I keep receiving messages, not a lot. Most of the messages are great, but I've received some that say, well, why are you guys putting your name on Archbishop Veron Ashe's page? So let me just explain that before Archbishop Veron Ashe passed away, it's very important to understand that myself, some of the people that are watching tonight, were members of his church and co-ministers with him. He was the bishop of the Mar Thoma Orthodox Church. How many churches do you know would just time freeze their leader and then act as if there's no ministry after that? I'm a little confused by some of these comments that are saying, why are you putting your name on it? We're not putting our name on it. The name of Archbishop Veron Ashe's church was the Mar Thoma Orthodox Church. The proximity portal is actually something that he and I talked about shortly before he passed away. And we spent many hours in San Francisco in the hospital, where he spent several months of his life, the remainder of his life. We would take long walks. We'd go have some dinner. Just take long walks throughout the streets of San Francisco and talking about all of these things I'm talking to you about right now, that he couldn't share freely in every context. He couldn't share freely because he was a guest in other people's home. And some people were closer than others when it came to how much he would say. I mean, that's true of everyone It's not esoteric. It's not like we're trying to hide knowledge. So I just think it's important. We're not trying to put our name on his. No, we are fulfilling the legacy and his own desires. He's the one that mentioned the proximity portal to me. And his desire was that the community, starting with his own community, because all families have problems. Hello, all families have problems. And the problem with Christianity, modern Christianity, is that when people have a problem, then they just go to another family. That's weird. It's a weird thing. But now, let's just make it clear while I'm saying that, because I want to make sure that you understand. If you are in an abusive relationship, you shouldn't stay in it. Let's just get that out there right away. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this sort of consumer mindset that we have, especially in the West, of, well, this church, it's not really feeling it anymore. Let me go over and feel this one for a little while. And if Bishop Ashe were practicing that sort of thing, he would have had a mega church. But he didn't. We had a small cathedral in Fresno, California, where we were keenly tuned in to this ancient faith that he embraced, and then the community followed him in embracing it. And everyone paid a price for it in one way or another. And you will pay a price for embracing the ancient church. And it flies in the face of a lot of the prosperity teaching that we see in modern Christianity. Now, I didn't want to really talk about that. I just wanted to mention that we are doing, I had this conversation with Veron Ashe. I feel like I have to say this to some people that might tune into this later. We had this conversation. Veron Ashe asked us to carry on his work. And if there's any fault in any of this, it lies on me as his successor. Why has it been 10 years since we've really actively engaged in getting this word out? We all have a process. We all have, I have my own process. I have my own issues that I had to work out in my life. And there's such a thing as putting your own house in order before you go tending to God's house. And so this vision that we have is not one of a person. Archbishop Ashe's vision was not one of his own person. He saw well beyond that. And now that some of you who are new are hearing a little bit more about what the actual beliefs were, now you can maybe appreciate a little bit more where he was coming from in that. Now, Archbishop Veron Ashe had many relationships with lots of ministries. He was close with lots of people, Carlton Pearson, others. And some actually had ministries that were affiliated with the Mar-Thoma Orthodox Church. Some were affiliated with the previous organization that he ran, Shekinah Glory International Fellowship. And guess what? We're still family. We're family and friends with these people. Some of these relationships are closer than others. And I just wanted to share that with you because we're talking about something bigger